What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKill Pugilism, aka MKill Boxing, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get into this one. So one of the other fights on the undercard on Saturday night in Ireland was Adam Olaniyan versus Bazushka of the Czech Republic. Bazushka, who he fought, was a 44-year-old former MMA fighter, and Adam Olaniyan, I understand he won the World Youth Championships. He's a young kid, only 20 years old, and he's aiming to be the first ever world heavyweight champion of Irish descent. So he started his pro journey on Saturday evening, and as expected, it was a one-sided beating, but it was actually quite comical at the same time because Olaniyan, he's shaped up quite well. He was nice and relaxed, but he didn't have much in front of him. So it was a funny one where he was able to counter this Bazushka guy. But Bazushka was kind of not offering much resistance. He was a weird type of fighter because he's got a record of 2-2. So he's won two fights, lost two fights, but he's 44 years old, and most of his career has been in MMA. And what he done, the way this Bazushka guy kind of approached the fight, was that as soon as the first bell rang, he just ran over to Olaniyan and tried to steam into him, and which made it quite easy because Olaniyan was, as soon as he ran over, Olaniyan ran him straight into right hands and the hooks, and it was easy for him to get his shots off. It made the fight a little bit messy as he was coming in, and they'd get tangled up a bit and he'd fall over and all this, and I think there was two knockdowns in total, but it was just one of them where this guy Bazushka was running in, and he's just basically running into punches. Olaniyan's landing a few shots, and even I think the final knockdown was only it was a hard shot, but it was a sort of glancing blow where it's just caught him as a sort of reflex thing, and this Bazushka guy's gone down, and the referee just sort of waved it off. I thought at the final knockdown, I thought this Bazushka guy could have probably continued. It wasn't the worst of knockdowns. I mean, he would have continued and got battered either way, but it was one of them where he was hurt, but he wasn't quite completely and utterly done. He could have probably maybe tried to see out the round. I don't think he would have done, but he could have done with maybe a few more seconds to let Olaniyan actually get some shots off, because he was spending most of the time just running into him and just sort of running into trouble, getting hit with shots, and some of them were just glancing blows and not, Olaniyan didn't really even get the chance to put all his full weight and his full power into the shots. These were kind of reflex shots. Some of them were arm punches because the guy just running at you and you're just sort of reacting. But yeah, overall good performance. It took less than a minute. This guy was never going to be able to live with Olaniyan, but I would have personally liked to have seen it carry on just for a little bit longer. Let the guy actually get finished. Let him actually get bashed up properly, and then you wave it off or whatever. But yeah, it's one of them. The guy was just falling all over the place. The Bazushka guy, respect him for getting in the ring, but he just looked like he'd come out the kebab shop, big belly hanging all over the shorts, and he looked old and everything, and yeah, it was one of them. It was acceptable for a debut, and I suppose he'll be in there with a few of these types of guys. But yeah, overall, it's one where you can see there's promise. You can see he shapes up well, and you watch him from the amateurs. Very good, very, very good fighter. There's a lot of potential, a lot of promise there. He's only 20 years old, like Moses Itauma. So, yeah, there's a lot of hope and promise in him, but we didn't really get to see much of what he's got on Saturday night. It was just a guy running in and a bit messy, but anyway, hats off to him. you get a first round knockout in your pro debut. Not much more you can ask. And I look forward to seeing this kid again, and hopefully we'll get a few rounds out of him in the next fight. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this. Olaniyan and his debut, looking to become first Irish heavyweight world champ. What do you think? Do you think he's got a chance? I think he does, as long as he keeps his head down, keeps working, and they match him right. This kid, who knows? He could well be that. So let me know your thoughts. Until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.